最近 recently. 最 means most or the most, but generally can be thought of as the superlative adjective suffix est. 近 means near, close, close to or approximately. If we then think of 最近, literally, it becomes the closest or the nearest. Well, 最近 can also be used to express nearby locations. It's generally used with time to express what has happened lately or recently. Both 最 and 近 are fourth tone characters. I often remind my students that, well, the fourth tone is not difficult to mimic. There's still one little potential pitfall, because the fourth tone requires you to add a little extra emphasis, almost as if you're giving an order. Lots of new learners will confuse this with raising one's volume. This really is not an aspect of the fourth tone, so try to keep the decibels reasonable and say your fourth tones with quiet confidence. 帮忙 to help someone do something. 帮 is to help, assist, or support, while 忙 means busy, hurried, or rushed. 帮忙 therefore can be thought of almost as a verb-object type construction. That is, with the verb 帮 to help and the object being helped, 忙, one's business or tasks. 帮 is listen for's first appearance of the first tone. Again, like the fourth tone, it's not really difficult to mimic. Yet, there is one small catch. To deliver the first tone properly, you have to sing it. There's no other way around it. Just relax, and if it helps you, imagine you are a singer doing vocal warm-ups every time you use a first tone word. Practice it with me a few times. Bang, bang, bang. Great, you're doing it! 忙 is this listen's first second tone character. What you are going to have to internalize when it comes to second tone is what I call the question. That is, whenever you use a second tone, imagine yourself asking, huh? Now, if you're wondering why ever should I have to do that, because the rising tone we use when asking huh is the exact same tone you're going to want to produce when saying any second tone Mandarin Chinese word. 懒 lazy. 懒 means lazy, indolent, or sluggish. In the dialogue, Pipes tells Stella that he's been pretty lazy recently. 我最近比较懒, which becomes the basis for this listen's focus, which is health and exercise. Quite often, 懒 is heard together with 惰, which also independently means lazy or indolent. If someone tells you 你太懒惰, they're telling you you're too lazy. 懒 is this listen's first third tone word. Of the four main Mandarin tones, in my experience, most students have the greatest difficulty with this one. Why might that be? Basically, it's because this sound, this tone, just does not exist in English. There's really no instance for English speakers where you are going to be called on to make this kind of sound. Having said that, it's not difficult to reproduce. It just takes a bit of getting used to. go way down in your vocal register and scoop up, finishing at what you feel is your regular or normal speaking tone. Practice it with me a few times. 懒, 懒, 懒. If you can hear and understand what I mean by starting low and scooping up, you've got it. Now, just stick with it and don't stop paying attention to your tones. 发胖, to become fat. 发胖, as we already learned in lesson 2 of this level. 发 means to stand out, show, or issue. 发 can also mean to develop. So, in our current context, when set together with 胖, which means fat or plump. To say that someone has 发胖is to say they have developed into a fat person or simply gotten fat. 发胖.